remember last summer? We were just getting to know each other. Now look at us. Best friends. Brothers even. And what do brothers do, Ryan? You know what brothers do? Brothers sail.
Adam hates being in a sailboat. The most miserable I've ever seen Adam Brody was when we were shooting the pilot and he was sitting in that boat.
I wish I could say I was one of those actors who's like, it was awesome, you know, we're doing this movie and we're like in the Everglades and it's freezing and we're climbing rocks and just in the thick of it and whatever, but
he was like green, he was just miserable.
I don't know, sometimes I like just being comfortable in a room talking. It was hard because, you know, I hadn't sailed. I'm supposed to be like this expert sailor, and I took like one lesson. It's quite confusing, actually. There's a lot of string or ropes and stuff, and I'm trying to do the lines, but like worry about all this stuff.
He's like, promise me I'll never sail again. And we kept the promise through, 26 of the 27 episodes.
Oh, I've missed you.
But at the end of last season, Seth takes off in a sailboat and runs away. So we got some guy who we just put in like some weird wig, who was like, 45 years old, as Adam Brody's stunt double, and he's the one who actually had to sail away. But if anyone actually saw what that man looked like, it would have been very disturbing. So over the summer, Seth sailed away to parts unknown. Kirsten decided to do what any woman, I guess, decides to do when she's lost her son, and that's take it out on her house. So she's renovated. Used to be the old living room, has now exploded into this new state-of-the-art, Orange County's finest flat screen sofas. We have these things, which I think were on Star Trek at one time, that you can sit on. They're very comfortable. And then, of course, because I don't know if you've noticed, on the show people like to have a cocktail from time to time, we put this bar in, and it's an opportunity for Sandy Cohen to hang some of his surfing memorabilia. Gives us a new place for everyone to sort of hang out, get drunk, and tell each other how they really feel.
Look what I stole! Look what I stole! Right!
OC deals with a lot of issues I think teenagers go through in high school. Big time.
Welcome to the dark side.
People got a little scared. Like, parents would say to me, I love your show, I love to watch it with my kid, but I hate to think that's what my teenager does.
People can say, oh my God, you can't touch on those subjects or you can't do that. But it's happening. When I was in high school, sometimes I'd walk into a party and I'd be like, okay.
Oh, hey, cocaine. That's awesome.
It sort of takes these things and it sort of puts them in reality. It doesn't try and climb it too hard one way or another or say, this is absolutely right and this is absolutely wrong, and it more just takes these things and goes, this is kind of how it would be if this happened.
The drugs and the drinking and sex, that's part of high school, it's part of growing up, and it's never easy.
I think what's smart about the show is it doesn't get preachy about it, and the parents have to deal with it.
So at this concert tonight, anyone there going to be doing drugs?
I hope so. Otherwise, it's a lame-ass concert.
Anyone named Seth going to be doing any drugs?
No.
If they're in this story, it's because they're in real life.
We realize that a lot of our audience is really young. We want to be responsible about that, but I think the way you can be responsible is you create a dialogue or context with your audience where they feel like your show is real. You're not talking down to them.
Marissa's character, in terms of her drinking problem and her shoplifting, and it's all really a result of her really trying to deal with her crazy family. How do you deal with that craziness?
I'm just having fun.
Right, first night I met you, you were having fun, passed down your driveway. A couple weeks later, it was an alley in Mexico.
A lot of families watch it together. So if you see issues about drugs or sex or violence,
Yeah, what?
you can be there with your kid. It can be an opportunity to talk about these things.
We're not encouraging kids to go out and have sex.
Whatever you say, Summer. Yes, yes.
The fact of the matter is, many kids in high school have sex. Many don't, but many do.
Ow! What's up with the Vulcan nerve pinch?
And the ones that do, it often isn't as glamorous and lovely as we'd like it to be.
So, how was sex? Well, always trying to have a good moral base, not worrying too much about being politically correct in every scene.
Oh, what's going on?
Teresa's pregnant. So why don't you tell me what's going on?
It's always presenting the other side of the story, so it's not just, sex for sex's sake or sex for sensationalism, or there's a reason why that it's on the show.
Don't worry. Sure they're not doing anything we didn't do.
Oh, that's comforting.
Do we have any aspirin? Your father, he's a little bit, inebriated.
Was Dad passed out?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, this is going to be so good. And put in a little pot of warm water.
Seth,
I have to sleep in that
Come
bed.
on, so what? It'll be fun. It'll be like a waterbed.
No, you're not.
Fine. I will draw on him. Where are the Sharpies?
You are not drawing on your father. That privilege is reserved for me. Good night, boys. Dishes in the sink?
In the sink, yes. Oh, Mom, add it with the word testicles across his forehead. Make me proud, though.
Coming up, why the cast has to watch what they say on the set.
Unless you want it in the show, you better just keep your mouth shut.
A trip around the world with the OC.
Willkommen aus Sido, Pisser.
And the accident that almost stopped the show. All when Welcome to the OC, A Day in the Life returns.